My name is Josh Goldstein. My life has been affected by cancer more times than I care to count. Family members, friends. I think the ones that hit me the hardest in the most recent years, a friend of mine who is just barely a little older than I am, passed away of pancreatic cancer. My mother was diagnosed 15 or 20 years ago. That one hit me out of nowhere. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. She fought it off. And then a couple of years ago, it returned in a different form. She decided to announce it to the family while we were getting ready to open Hanukkah presents. So it made it a little bit hard to enjoy opening the presents. But once again, she fought it off, and currently she's in between bouts, and I hope it's a very long time before it returns. The other instance was an aunt of mine who passed away just a little over a year ago, and that hit home as much as anything. What can you say, losing a loved one, a family member to this? When I called my uncle and my cousin, I didn't even know what to say to them. So what do you say? So I've had my share of dealing with cancer personally. One thing also about my aunt is that towards the end of her life, she really started to resemble my mother, which also really hit home, and my mom noticed that as well. They were sisters, so they always looked similar, but it was uncanny towards the end there. And I know that worrying about my mom is not going to help, so I don't worry about her. She always sounds great when I talk to her on the phone, but it's always in the back of my mind. Personally, I had a nodule removed from my thyroid a little over a year ago, and I was pretty sure it wasn't cancer from the biopsies. That didn't seem like anything. But when they took it out and I got the phone call that it was in fact benign, it was a huge relief. It was like a weight that I didn't even know was there was lifted off my shoulders. And so I don't think about it all the time, but it's always in the back of my mind. As far as my lifestyle, I don't think I'm doing anything any differently from how I would otherwise. I go to work, I participate in activities and activism, and I try to have fun. But maybe I think subconsciously I do those things with the thought in mind that cancer it's around and it's in my family. So that's my live again story. Thank you, Dr. Kim.